Hey, what's up guys? So this is the first episode of Golf Bites. I hope you enjoy. This channel is primarily based off of creating food recipes that are based off of golfers. At the same time, a little bit of out there from golf at the same time. So you gotta enjoy a little bit outside of golf, but at the same time I get it. You know, I love golf. Golf's my life. I've been growing up with it throughout my life and everything, so I get it. But you know, I hope you enjoy. We're gonna create a lot of fantastic sandwiches, burritos, tacos, dishes, whatever it may be, and it's gonna be inspired by our famous golfers that we love and enjoy to watch. Oh shit, 1 second, hold on. There we go. Hello? Yeah, what do you want to do? What do you want? Hey man, I told you, man, I can't go golfing right now. I'm filming. I told you this. I know, I get it. I know. Tiger, listen to me. I can't go golfing with you, Tiger. I can't. I'm filming right now. I gotta pay my way. I gotta make my bread, man. Alright? We'll go golfing tomorrow. It's okay. Yeah, I know. I get it. I don't like pina coladas. You do. Maybe okay. We'll golf tomorrow. Alright. Sorry about that. But yeah. So, hey, we'll create some good recipes and stuff and we'll enjoy, you know? Watch a Masters, eat a sandwich or whatever you want to do. Have a steak, whatever it may be. This is a channel for you. Alright, to start this off, I'm going to start with a carne asada steak. We have to marinate the steak. So, of course, we need flank steak. That's right there. So, move that aside, we need cilantro. A whole white onion, you can use red if you want, yellow, it doesn't matter, it's up to your preference. 4 garlic cloves, I prefer more than that, but it's to your liking. A jalapeno, if you want to make it spicier, use serranos. Some olive oil. A beer. And controversially, some soy sauce. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and chop our cilantro. So this is 1 head of cilantro. I'm just gonna give it a rough chop. You don't need a lot, it's fine. You're gonna put it in the blender anyways. I got my Ninja cup here. Pour it in, get my stragglers. Alright, next we have our jalapeno. So the thing is, you put this in your NutriBullet, you put it in your Ninja, it doesn't matter. You gotta slice it down. So I like to do a few chops through, you know, just maybe like quarter chops all the way across vertically and then, or horizontally, you know. So then, take it here, join your bunches like this, drop them in. Doesn't matter. However you wanna do is how you wanna do it. Then our onions, I like to save onions and garlic for last because they have peels and I don't like the peels. I don't like cleaning up after the peels. So leave those for last because they're a mess. And just give 1 nice slit through that onion and then peel it off on the side there. I'll throw that in the trash. Alright, with your onions, it's the same principle like your jalapenos. It can't go in the blender unless you're using like a big ass blender. So if you're using a NutriBullet or like a Ninja or whatever, you gotta cut it in quarters. Otherwise, it's not gonna work out. And sometimes, cut it a little less than a quarter. Because if it looks too big, it's not gonna blend up. There we go. Drop that in.
All right, now we got our, scrape that off. Now we got our garlic. Smash it. Peel it off. There we go. There we go. Those are beautiful little pieces of garlic. There we go. Keep it simple. It's going in a blender. Peel this off. My eyes are stinging me, man. Oh my God. There we go. They say breathe through your nose, not through your mouth. It doesn't matter. I don't know. When I worked at In-N-Out, I used to work at In-N-Out Burger when I was in college. When I was young, I was like 18. I worked there, and they would run a faucet for the onions, because when they would prep the onions in the morning, you had to run the faucet. But I'll tell you, like, the faucet worked, but the through the, like, breathe through your nose, not through your mouth, or whatever freaking concept they have, I don't know. It doesn't work. Anyways, okay, so we're here. All right. So we got our oil. This is some olive oil. Doesn't really matter. You can use avocado. You can use vegetable. It doesn't freaking matter. So, go ahead and take that. Add a little bit. There we go. You can be very generous. Don't be stingy. All right, so this is gonna go in the blender. You can add some chilies and everything. Doesn't matter, like little crushed red peppers or whatever. You can add some crushed red peppers to this. Doesn't matter if that's what you want. That's what you want. You want a little more heat? Put that in there. Finally, soy sauce. Not a lot. Don't add a lot of soy sauce. Squeeze the guy in. You don't need a lot of lime to make this have a lot of flavor. You can use your fingers. Squeeze it through. There we go. See how much juice that is? Doesn't freaking matter. You don't need all that crap. If you don't have the fancy stuff, it's okay. Just do what you can. I don't have my juicer with me. Yes, I got one over there, but I'm just gonna squeeze this guy through. There we go. Now we got our marinade ready. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this. All right, so we made our marinade and everything. So what we need to do now is we need to create the slaw. So the slaw is gonna be based off of red onion and red cabbage. So we gotta thinly slice this cabbage. So I've got a quarter of a cabbage here. This leaf, it's no good. We can throw it aside. Let's go ahead and just start thinly slicing this cabbage. Onion. Cut that onion down. All right. Now, hit these bad boys up with a little bit of vinegar. Put that in there. There we go. A little bit of vinegar. A lot of vinegar. A lot of vinegar. All right, we want to submerge them to some point. All right, there we go. Set this aside for like 20 minutes. That's it. Just set it aside for 20 minutes, and then we can start cooking other stuff. And so now we're gonna make our Cajun seasoning for the po' boys that we're gonna make. First things first, we're gonna have some QP mayo. This is Japanese mayo, so use as much as you want. I like to add a little bit and just, you know, like maybe like 4 tablespoons. It just shit out on me. Maybe like 4 tablespoons, and then I'll work from there. Got some Cajun seasoning here. I'll add that. A little bit of garlic. I like garlic paste a lot. It's really nice for making sauces and everything. You don't have to use garlic paste. You can use raw garlic. Let's go ahead and cut a lime, quarter it here. All right, just give it a little bit of spritz. Then either one of the two. So you can use a Frank's Red Hot, can't go wrong with that. I'm choosing a little El Yucateco. So just maybe like a few drops, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and just drop my steak here. So with this type of steak, this is a skirt steak. I like this steak for carne asada. It's one of my favorites. You can use a flank. Both are very good. So we already made our marinade and everything. So we're gonna go ahead and add some pepper to the steak. All right, so now we're here. We're ready to start cooking our steak. I'm sorry, my grill is off the limits right now, so we're gonna have to saute this on the pan. If you are unsure if your pan is hot, just put your hands in some running water and sprinkle it on the pan, and then it'll boil up, it'll start sizzling up. So that's your indication that your pan is ready. So, I'm gonna take it. This bad boy is ready. Look at that. This looks good right here. The next tip is here. I'm gonna use some beer for this. I love my IPAs, but they don't work in this recipe. So start drizzling that in the pan. It's gonna go off. Next, what we want to do is we want to drop in our carne asada marinade, okay? We want this in there. So, put a little bit around the rim. Most of it around the rim. Then, drop it on the top. Okay? Alright, to start our salsa macha, so what we need to do is take guajillo chilies, chipotle chilies, and you can use whatever you want, but they have to be dried chilies. So they have to go into some hot oil, lightly fry them in that oil, take the stems off. These are just going to sit there for a little bit under a light hot oil. You don't want it hot. If it's too hot, it's going to burn them and you're going to get a nutty flavor. You don't want a nutty flavor. So just let those sit there, mix them up a little bit, and then after they start to burn a little bit in the oil, you want to take them and cool them off on a plate. Alright, so keeping it on a low medium heat, they will get really squishy. So your chilies, your dried chilies should get really squishy. That's when you know they're almost ready. So you don't want these boiling. If you smell a nutty flavor, that's when you've gone wrong. So take some garlic. I've got 2 garlic cloves here. Drop them in. Let those lightly toast in that oil. This is going to bring flavor to our shrimp that we will cook next. Squeeze a bit of the chilies. Just squeeze them out a bit. Alright, then scoop up your garlic as fast as possible. As soon as they start getting brown, you don't want those to get too crispy. Alright, so now we have to basically prep our shrimp. So, it's going to be really simple. So we're going to add some crushed peppers to our flour. Add them to your panko chilies just in case some of them don't catch. A little bit of chipotle powder to your flour. And then some Cajun seasoning to your flour. All right, mix that up a little bit. Now we need to go ahead and put our eggs together. So just crack a couple eggs. All right, now let's whisk these boys. So I just take a fork, just whisk them up. So I just put these guys to there. Put a few more in. All right, drop this in. Drop this in and put your wet hand in there. I messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Panko chilies. There we go. Let that sit on the side. Okay, so we got to put together our spicy black sauce. So it's going to be the chilies, that's our guajillos, our chipotle chilies. And then we got a little olive oil, some garlic, and then some teriyaki barbecue sauce. This is Japanese barbecue sauce. If you don't have this, that's fine. You can use teriyaki sauce. You can use barbecue sauce, whatever you want. So we're going to go ahead and put in a little bit of this. About 3 tablespoons, 4 tablespoons, that's fine. Some garlic paste, just about a tablespoon. There we go. All right, now we need to drop our shrimp into the oil. Be careful. This oil's on medium to low. Don't burn yourself. Here we are. All right, so we got our carne asada right here. We got our shrimp that we just fried. We got our bread. Now I did char this bread on my stove. You didn't see me do that, but you can do that on a grill, whatever you want to do, with a little bit of butter. Make it a little crispy, a little burnt. And our onions with the red cabbage, right? You gotta drain that before we do this recipe. So after that's been sitting for a little bit, you gotta drain it, and then we can add it to our sandwich. So let's go ahead and dive into our steak. Now, I like my steak rare, but for a sandwich, it makes sense not to have it rare because I want it to be moist, tender, and just fall apart as I eat it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so I cut some pieces off, take this nice little end cap off. That'll be my snack for later. Cut it right there. Drop some of these right here. Now, my hands are a bit dirty, but it doesn't matter. I got my shrimp here, my fried shrimp. Make my po' boy. I'm gonna use 3 pieces. Grab my cabbage, my onions. I'm gonna just drop those in here right there. Alright, now we need some mayo. Make some stripes. Next up, we got our blackened sauce that we made, the hot sauce. This is where we get our tiger stripes. This one's gonna be harder to get through. May not come through. It's gonna spurt out. Can't use the funnel, so there we go. There's the stripes. Alright, let's go ahead and try it. Take out my hat, smush it together. There it is. That's a good sandwich. That's a good sandwich. I don't know. That's the best sandwich I've had.